Alright. Ah, forgot to pull. Pull the hood. There. When it's running, let's say I pull this one. If I get close, I mean it's sparking. It's doing something. It's doing what it should be doing. Pull that one. I mean this thing, I don't have to do anything to it. It is popping. But there's no difference in the idle. I pull one or the other. I'll pull this one. I can hear it. I can't see it. I can get closer. I see this. I pull the one right next to it. And that thing is all over the place. The others here, see this one. That one, I have to get right there and I can see. This one, that one is all over the place here. So I'll be back with it. I'm on this Equinox. The coil pack wasn't a problem. I just went ahead with that because that was the easiest thing to do. And they told me somebody had changed out the spark plugs already, which I'll show you something there. I took out the 3 plugs up in front. I took the one off here. This one, which is in the center, which is number 3, is cross-threaded. I can turn it half the way and then it stops. This one, which is number 5, is cross-threaded. And the ones that they took out, well, that I took out, these 2 are new. That one's old. That one's new. I don't know what's the other 2. Eventually I'll get them out. But you can even see that they got the same exact, let me see. Oh, the numbers are different. This one here ends with 38. That one ends with 87. Yeah, that one ends with 87 too. So, but that's in the order that they came out, with 3 up front, and then that one, I'll be fighting the other 2. I'll be back with it. Finally got it out about an hour later. As you can see, that one's never been changed, or if it was, long time. That one, this one was new, which this one here was the hardest one to get to out of the 3 of these. That one is old, and this one is up in front, facing the grill. This one is new, this one is new. So they had 3 new ones, 3 old ones. And not knowing how old these are, because they're not even the same type, but that's the one that was cross-threaded. Let me get it focused. It's cross-threaded, so I have to get a chaser and chase it. If I can't chase it, the head have to come off and go through. In the process of doing that, leaned over and broke that little tube, so I have to go get that too. I might be finished with this thing tomorrow because I'm far from anywhere. I'll be back. Okay, so next day I'll get back to this point where I stopped. This had anti-seize on it. This, you could tell, never had it. That never had it. That one had anti-seize. These 2 here, they're so old I can't tell. But none of them had their electric grease on it. This was the one on the back towards the driver's side. So I had to get that
So I'm gonna try to put threads back in. If I can't do it with that, I have to just take the head off. But hoping that I can reach it there, because they need the vehicle bad. So I'll go ahead and try to get with that, put everything back in.
I got to the bottom, it got tight, so I might have gotten lucky. I'll know for sure when I put the plugs in if it'll hold. Get a compression test before I get to that point. Alright, I took it back out. Got the metal shavings on it. Let me go get the compression tool, put on it, see what it does, if it blows it out or if it holds. If it blows it out, oh well, head have to come off, cost them a whole lot more. Okay, I skipped ahead past the compression test. It checked out good, it held. It wanted to cross thread going back in. I had to use the thumb wheel to set it in straight. The one that's giving me a hard time now is the one towards the passenger side. The center one went in perfect. So these two are in good. That one now, I just got it in using the same thumb wheel. And then the easy ones up front. So I'll be back. The nightmare is over. So y'all see, I did it on the first one, the one on the driver's side towards the back. Had to clean it out. Well, the middle one, it wasn't a must, but I did it on the middle one. The one on the passenger side, it came out fine, had no issues with it. So I put it back in. It was the hardest one to actually reach. So I got those. And now I just have the three up in front. I got all new wires to change this out. Because of this one, it was locked on. Yeah, it was locked on so tight that it got pulled out. And I mean, it's real good plugs. I really like it, but she just wants to get this thing here running so they can get around. So I have to get it together. Okay, I had to take these clips loose so this will come out. Well, this one here is out all the way. That, what you're doing is you're pushing that little spot and pulling it up at the same time. And that's all it is. All right, I'm putting this back in. I haven't put in the 3 plugs up front, but I'm trying to knock off everything towards the back so I don't have to go back there. I got the new, what was this called? When I get back to it, I remember it. But I got this to put back in. The numbers are on it, but they're not on the cylinders. But on this engine, all the odd numbers is towards the back, and the even is on this side, starting with 1 towards the passenger side. So you'd have 1, 3, and 5, 2, 4, 6, and that's how the order is. Man, this thing is escaping me right now. It's the something to do with pressure. Man, I'll get it. All right, here's that piece that I broke. It's the vapor purge solenoid, something like that. That's the number for it right there. And I didn't have the number for this one because I returned it. And the plugs, the wires, that's the number for the plug wires. And for the plugs, that's the number for the plugs right there. So I have the plug wires, the plugs, and that vapor canister purge valve. So I'll go ahead and put on some dielectric grease. This is the one I use right there. And the anti-seize I use. I've had that bottle a long time. So that's everything there. I bolted these back up. Number 10 millimeter, 4 of them that holds that together. So I'll be back. Okay, what I got there now is the wires that goes down to those towards the back. They're in. Just keep them away from anything that gets hot that can burn through them. So I did that. Keep them away. Put on dielectric grease on them. Now I'll go ahead and put on the little solenoid right here and in the front half, so I don't have to lean over the engine, because that's what broke it. When I leaned over, it just broke that little section here, so I had to go get a new one. All right, the check engine light went off after a lot of driving. It just came back. I'll start it up. Should still be hot. The check engine light was right there. It went off. I ran a scan on it to see misfires. It said all misfires are clear. I checked each cylinder individually and checked out all good. It's saying 335,600 and something fires with no issues on each cylinder. All right, well, thanks for watching. I'm out.